This is Charlie Marlowe, producer of the Kenny Wallace YouTube channel, with some more breaking NASCAR news as another penalty has been reduced. The headline from NASCAR.com: Final Appeals Officer amends penalties against Kaulig Racing at NASCAR's request. They've done it again in the same fashion with Hendrick Motorsports, where they kept the $100,000 fine and also the 4-race crew chief suspensions that they did with Hendrick, but giving back all of the championship points, the 100 championship driver points, and the 10 playoff points, giving those back to the teams. They have done that as well with the number 31 car of Justin Haley and Kaulig Racing. So the $100,000 penalty stays, and the 4-race crew chief suspension to Trent Owens remains for the 31 car of Justin Haley, but all the points are going back, the 100 championship driver points and the 10 playoff points going back to Justin Haley. The final appeals officer for this meeting was Bill Mullis. The quote from NASCAR.com, quote, "In the interest of fairness, NASCAR has requested that I remove the driver/owner race and playoff points from the penalty to Kaulig Racing," said Mullis. "I have agreed to this request per the rule book." During its opening remarks, NASCAR stated it believes that the violations did occur, the penalties were appropriate, and the 3-person appeals panel ruled correctly. But because the Kaulig infraction closely mirrored that of Hendrick Motorsports, which is, of course, the modified louver at Phoenix Raceway, NASCAR requested I rule in the same manner as the 3-person appeals panel following the Hendrick Motorsports appeal on March 29th. The information I heard in the room this morning created an overwhelming and unique circumstance. In fairness to the team and sanctioning body, as NASCAR documented in its remarks, this request is fully in the interest of fairness and consistency, and I agree, end quote. Now, NASCAR also releasing a statement following this ruling. NASCAR believes that Kaulig Racing committed the violations documented in the penalty notice, that the penalties were appropriate, and that the 3-person appeals panel ruled correctly when hearing the Kaulig appeal back on April 5th. However, in the interest of treating all competitors fairly, NASCAR today requested that the final appeals officer remove the race and playoff points from the penalty. The Kaulig and Hendrick Motorsports violations involved the same modified part found during the same race weekend, the modified louver at Phoenix Raceway, and with fairness and consistency top of mind, NASCAR requested that the FAO match the final Hendrick Motorsports penalty. NASCAR believes that the updates made to the rulebook will address similar issues in the future and keep its promise to the owners for strict penalties when single-source parts are modified. We are pleased with the swift resolution to today's appeal, appreciate Bill Mullis' ruling, and now look forward to this weekend's events at Talladega Super Speedway. Kaulig Racing also reacting to the decision, publishing a statement Tuesday afternoon. Again, this all from NASCAR.com. Kaulig Racing is pleased with the ruling of the final appeals officer to amend the original L2 penalty issued by NASCAR following the confiscation of a louver at Phoenix Raceway. Regarding these unique circumstances, it means the world to us as an organization that the sanctioning body is working hard to ensure fairness and consistency across the board within our sport. We are focused ahead on Talladega and look forward to getting our season back on track with Justin Haley, end quote. So there's the news, and it sure seems like NASCAR did not want to be accused of any special treatment in terms of letting Hendrick Motorsports off with lesser penalties. So at the end of the day, because they were similar with the modified louvers, the penalties are exactly the same to the Hendrick teams and also to the number 31 car of Justin Haley. Once again, the $100,000 monetary fine stays. The 4-race crew chief suspension stays for Trent Owens of the 31 car, but all of the points are going back to the team. The 100 championship driver points and the 10 playoff points going back to Justin Haley. And it sure seems like NASCAR wanted everything to be across the board similar between Hendrick Motorsports and Kaulig Racing, so nobody could say, hey, you're giving special treatment to Hendrick Motorsports. This is Charlie Marlowe reporting for the Kenny Wallace YouTube channel.